In the earliest days of a business, customer relationships are manageable. You know their names and their needs because you can rely on human memory and a few basic notes to keep everything straight. But as you add 50 or 500 clients, the volume of data outstrips what any one person can track. You reach a mathematical limit where your cognitive capacity can no longer keep pace with the growth of the company, a threshold we call the complexity wall. Most teams patch gaps with spreadsheets and emails, but this strategy fractures client data across disconnected tools, creating friction. This fragmentation leads to a predictable collapse. Communications drop, leads go cold, and teams burn out untangling this information knot. Without a centralized architecture to manage this load, scaling transforms growth from a sign of success into a source of systemic friction. A modern CRM provides the solution by acting as a unified nervous system, gathering data from every corner of the company into one accessible structure. SproutSuite is the digital architecture engineered to move a business out of that friction and into a state of operational flow. Adopting this system allows a business to move past ad hoc fixes and build a foundation designed for growth. The first challenge is structural. How do you force thousands of scattered, chaotic data points back into a usable state? The system automatically ingests disjointed communication, emails, meeting notes, and files, and organizes them into a single, unified profile for every customer. This automation removes the need for manual data entry, which eliminates both spreadsheet friction and the persistent risk of human error. Because this data is centralized, everyone shares the exact same context, updated instantly across the board. However, possessing data is only the first step. To be useful, you have to understand the current status of every deal at a glance. This requires a shift towards spatial tracking. Instead of scrolling static lists, view your business through dynamic, visual stages. You map the architecture of your sales journey, moving leads from initial inquiry to the proposal and finally a closed win. Interacting with these stages through tactile mechanics provides instant diagnostic clarity. You can see exactly where deals are stalling and how the overall business is performing. By turning abstract projections into a concrete, measurable landscape, your team can navigate the sales process with much higher precision. The final bottleneck in the scaling process is the repetition of human communication. Writing the same follow-up notes dozens of times a day is a drain on your most valuable resources. To solve this, we use the core logic that powers automation: if-then statements. When the CRM detects a trigger, like a client opening a proposal, it evaluates the logic and selects the next path. It cascades through complex sequences, such as sending nurturing emails or updating a representative without any human intervention. Automation buys back time. It allows your team to stop managing data and start building high-value relationships. True operational flow is achieved when the database, the visual interface, and the automation engine all fire simultaneously. Imagine a lead is captured. The system builds their profile, tracks them through your pipeline, and begins a nurturing sequence, all while your team focuses on other tasks. And when that final conversion is ultimately completed, the sales cycle is officially won, with absolutely zero manual friction. This synchronized execution stands in direct contrast to the chaos of the complexity wall. You are no longer fighting your own data just to stay afloat. SproutSuite fundamentally changes the very nature of a business, transforming it from a reactive entity into an active, frictionless growth engine.